pleasure to share with you today the incredible science behind and the benefits of our super product, Reserve. Science has come a long way in its discoveries about the aging processes, and one thing we know for sure is that we are not the age our birthday tells us we are. In fact, we can be much older biologically, or in our case, because we are Generation Young, much younger. Scientists have discovered that the secret to longevity lies in protecting our precious DNA. Our DNA is damaged several thousand times per day. So it really comes down to the difference between the time that the damage occurs and the time that the repair occurs. So there is a very short time between damage and repair when we are young, and as we age, this time lag expands. All of these processes are occurring in our bodies and contributing to this damage. Oxidation is unavoidable because every process in our body requires oxygen, and this oxygen exposure results in a loss of electrons, which makes the molecule unstable, which can cause damage to the surrounding tissue. Chronic inflammation has been linked to all of the major aging disease and comes on as a result of injury or irritation or infection. And glycation is caused by the sugar molecules released into our bloodstream, binding with our protein molecules and forming what's called an advanced glycation end product, or an age. And these ages damage our collagen and other soft tissues. These processes occur naturally, but they can be enhanced by external factors like pollution, toxins, poor diet, lack of exercise, and even chronic negative thinking and emotions. As I said, when we're young, on average under 40, our body's repair and maintenance system can keep up with the rate of damage, and there is very little lag time between the two. As we get older, this time gap widens, and this is when the damage to the DNA can affect our health and our well-being. So let's have a look at oxidation. Oxidation's what's happening when we've got an apple and we leave it exposed to the air. The apple becomes brown, we call it oxidation. It's exactly the same as a piece of metal which has become rusty when exposed to the air. This is a chemical reaction which happens each time that oxygen is involved, and oxygen is involved everywhere in our body. It will oxidize everything, including our DNA. Fortunately, we have in-house antioxidants which are designed to counteract the destructive action of oxygen, but this is not enough to cover all the damage done by oxidation. This is why our body uses extra antioxidants coming from our food, and especially the ones coming from coloured fruits like blueberry, acai, cherries and red grapes. These antioxidants are located on the skin of the fruit, and they are originally designed to protect the fruit against oxidization. Reserve has an excellent combination of antioxidants, especially for repairing DNA damage. But for repairing DNA, Reserve must reach the DNA, and the biggest obstacle in crossing that cell's membrane, very few ingredients are able to do so. It has been proven that Reserve has the ability to cross the cell's membrane. The CAP-E test measures the antioxidant potential of a natural product. It's designed to find out if those antioxidants can penetrate and protect cells from oxidative damage. Reserve has obtained a remarkable CAP-E score of 37.1 units per cubic centimetre, which is far above standards. Chronic inflammation has been linked to heart disease, cancer, Alzheimer's, and other diseases. Most of the time, inflammation is a lifesaver that enables our bodies to fend off various disease-causing bacteria, viruses, and parasites. The instant any of these potential deadly microbes slips into the body, inflammation marshals a defense attack that lays waste to both invader and any tissue it may have infected. Then just as quickly, the process subsides and healing begins. Every once in a while, however, the whole feverish production doesn't shut down on cue. Sometimes the problem is a genetic predisposition, and other times something like smoking or high blood pressure keeps the process going. In any event, inflammation becomes chronic rather than transitory. When that occurs, the body turns on itself, with after effects that seem to underlie a wide variety of diseases. It destabilizes cholesterol deposits in the coronary arteries, leading to heart attacks and potentially even strokes. It chews up nerve cells in the brains of Alzheimer's victims. It may even foster the proliferation of abnormal cells and facilitate their transformation into cancer. In other words, chronic inflammation may be the engine that drives many of the most feared illnesses of middle and old age. In a recent study, resveratrol suppressed the generation of free radicals, unstable molecules known to cause oxidative stress, and release pro-inflammatory substances into the blood, resulting in damage to the blood vessel lining. People taking resveratrol also showed suppression of the inflammatory protein tumor necrosis factor, or TNF, and other compounds that increase blood vessel inflammation and interfere with insulin action, causing insulin resistance and the risk of developing diabetes. Antioxidants like carotenoids and flavonoids, which give fruits and veggies their bright color, can help to reduce your body's inflammatory response. The third process that can happen in the body is glycation. Advanced glycation end products are a complex group of compounds formed when sugar reacts with amino acids. This can occur both in the food you eat and inside your body. It's a fitting acronym because along with oxidation, it's one of the major molecular mechanisms whereby damage accrues in your body, which leads to disease, aging, and eventually death. For example, there is mounting evidence that ages may be implicated in the development of the chronic degenerative diseases associated with aging, including but not limited to cardiovascular disease, Alzheimer's disease, and diabetes. Reserve is an anti-glycation mechanism. It slows sugar absorption into the intestines and prevents the glycation process. So we don't just have antioxidants in the Reserve product, we also have the exciting ingredient resveratrol. Resveratrol is a natural compound found in several plant species. It's produced by plants to assist when under attack by pathogens such as bacteria or fungi or UV light. Science has shown resveratrol to possess a fascinating spectrum of pharmacologic properties, enabling it to assist greatly with human health and beauty. Resveratrol was first discovered in red wine. You would need to drink around 1,000 bottles of red wine a day to get enough resveratrol to be of benefit. Red wine contains only between 0.2 and 5.8 milligrams per litre of resveratrol. The fruit of the mulberry, however, especially in the skin, has been found to be one of the most potent sources of resveratrol. Scientific studies have proven resveratrol to be beneficial for the following human health conditions: tumours, inflammation, cancer, heart disease, diabetes, energy levels, Alzheimer's, dementia, chemotherapy, asthma, radiation, skin repair, melanomas. Studies have also shown resveratrol to be pharmacologically quite safe for humans. Resveratrol has proven beneficial effects on skin health verified by scientific studies. The advantage of dietary delivery is that blood delivers nutraceutical bioactive compounds continuously to all skin compartments, that is, the epidermis, dermis, and subcutaneous fat. So these are the ways that resveratrol can help your skin. First of all, it increases the level's skin antioxidants and decreases the oxidative stress to the skin. It increases skin moisturization, increases skin elasticity, improves skin surface smoothness and decreases wrinkle depth, and it decreases brown spot intensity. Another study found that resveratrol reduced acne by about 54% after only 30 days. Another study showed the more resveratrol you take, with dose-related increase, the greater the increase in skin cell growth and decrease in the breaking down of collagen. During and after menopause, the skin shows clearly how the lack of estrogen affects tissue. Menopause can in fact be considered a multi-systemic disorder of connective tissue. The low menopausal estrogen levels combined with age-related skin changes accelerate skin aging, affecting both the epidermis and the dermis. Fibroblasts become fewer and they produce 30% less collagen, reflecting its metabolic decline. Hormone replacement can help prevent the postmenopausal loss of collagen. Resveratrol is recommended as it is proven to have a beneficial effect on collagen synthesis and to inhibit collagenase activity or the deterioration of collagen with a reassuring safety profile. So reserve improves our longevity. Do you know that if we eat less, we can live longer? If you eat 40% less in terms of calories, you may live 30% more. And this is the proven scientific fact tested all over the world. Why does calorie restriction increase your longevity? To understand why, let's go to the fascinating world of genetics. You know, we have between 20 and 30,000 genes located in each of our 46 chromosomes. These genes are holding the secret codes for manufacturing thousands of different proteins that we need for growing, working, thinking, and surviving. All genes are now not all activated at the same time. In fact, only 10% are working at the same time. The others are dormant and will wake up upon special needs. Some will stay dormant all of our lives. Yes, all our life unless we are in danger. When our life is threatened, some genes called survival genes will suddenly wake up, especially genes called sirtuins, which in turn will activate the production of specific protein enzymes called sirtuin enzymes. And guess what will happen? Those enzymes will boost all of our functioning systems: cardiovascular, immune system, brain system, lung system, digestive system, and so on. But the most interesting is that those enzymes will enhance the stability of the DNA and suppress the formation of abnormal DNA, and this is good for longevity. Starving or eating 40% less calories is considered a threat and will automatically activate sirtuin genes. This is why calorie restrictions enhance longevity by protecting all of our functions. So you have a choice. You can reduce your calories or you can take reserve. Starving all your life is not fun and it's not realistic for most of us. This is why scientists were looking for something that can mimic calorie restriction without having to starve. They found it in red wine. Red wine contains polyphenols. Polyphenols are molecules which give the red to the red wine, the dark brown to chocolate, the green to the green teas. Grapes, apple, onions, peanuts, berries, and many other fruits and vegetables are loaded with polyphenols. And resveratrol is one of those molecules found in high concentration in the skin of the red grapes and is playing a major role in longevity. Those molecules can activate the sirtuin gene in the absence of calorie restriction to help repair genes and increase longevity. So these are the health benefits of taking Reserve. Reserve increases endurance, the number of energy producing mitochondria in muscle cells. It also enhances muscle strength, reduces muscle fatigue, along with improving coordination. Reserve enhances memory. Much the same way that we lose strength, endurance in our muscle as we age, we also see a gradual decline in memory, reaction time, and processing of information. Reserve enhances memory and reaction time. Reserve improves fat regulation. In 2005, scientists in Canada and in Chile discovered that resveratrol appears to counter the effects of elevated fatty acid and also slowed sugar absorption into the intestines. Reserve improves resistance against chronic inflammation, and chronic inflammation, as we've said, is one of the leading causes of DNA damage. Resveratrol has been proven to reduce inflammation at the cellular level. So how can we take Reserve? Reserve is presented in a gel form, and this gel delivery system is very important because it increases the bioavailability of our ingredient, which means better diffusion to the digestive barrier. You can take from 1 to 3 sachets a day at any moment of the day. So in summary, resveratrol is a great discovery based on a very simple idea. By taking natural plant molecules, we can switch genes on and off to benefit from their anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, antibacterial, and blood sugar normalizing effect, and at the end, live longer. Reserve is a very strong cellular level protection against oxidation and free radical damages. By mimicking calorie restriction, it will activate sirtuin genes and therefore protect our body against age-related diseases. It will give us more energy immediately, better focus and concentration, and Reserve is great for every one of us.